Let's see, two, one of these two.
Okay.
Want to do it?
Let's get out of here.
I'm going to call to order the Sister Cities Commission meeting for Monday, December 5th. Roll call.
Present, we have Michelle Markgraf, Steve Balza, Keith Roloff, Larry Mack, Jane Mady-Hulke, Brian Filzen, ex officio Terry Sweeney, excused Jeremy Reed, Gary Klimick, Dick Seaboth, Carolyn Marty, and absent John Vorwerk.
Next on the agenda is election of officers. And the key one is president. We need somebody to take my position. I cannot. I'm not eligible for reappointment. So, how do we want to approach that? We only have 6 here. Michelle is going off. I'm going off. Brian or Keith, would you be interested?
Keith would be.
Looking the other way.
Yeah.
I think the standard is to elect somebody that's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dick is the vice president. He's on the spot. But
What's the deal on this thing here?
He'd be good.
would be, I think he'd take
Who's
it.
that?
Well, couldn't we do it in January also at the meeting? Elect,
Lisa likes it done now, I'll tell you that.
I know.
You have to
I
have
know.
someone
but we,
to run the meeting.
I don't know that it makes any difference, really. I mean,
We really
ideally,
don't.
that's a preference, but it really doesn't make any difference.
Could we elect Dick per his approval?
She's on tour anyway.
I know, and I hate to.
What's all entailed here?
It's just run the meetings.
Chairing the
Yeah.
meetings. I would nominate Keith if he's.
Keith will do it then. So can we have a nomination?
I will nominate Keith.
I will second.
Okay, all those in favor?
I
Opposed? Keith will be our new president, and Keith, I'll give you all the stuff and go over it with you. And it's just working with Lisa and stuff, so,
Well, that's easy enough.
Yeah.
With her.
yeah. Then we have Vice President is Dick Seaboth, and he could extend, and I'm pretty sure he will want to extend. So if you want to wait until January to confirm that, I think we'll be okay to wait until January to confirm that Dick will extend. And then for Secretary Steve Balza, Steve, are you interested in extending?
If I can win election, I would try it.
If you'd win election? Okay, so can I have a nomination?
I nominate Steve.
Can I have a second?
second.
Any discussion? If not, all those in favor?
I
Opposed? Okay, you are extended, okay. Okay, you guys, you can't do that to me, okay? Next on the agenda is approval of minutes. And has everybody read the minutes for previous month, for November? Are there any changes or corrections or additions?
I move to approve.
Okay, I look for. Is there a second? Any discussion? If not, all those in favor?
I
Opposed? Okay, agenda passed. Financial report, we did have some expenditures. Those expenditures were to find out. They were for the recognition plaque, the polo shirts, the travel for the tour flyers, the welcome and farewell reception, magnetic signs for the parade. We had those redone and we had an extra set done because we had 2 in the parade. Postage reimbursement, the kiosk, there was none, but for the car rental, we paid the $150 for a total of $941.85. We did have some revenue. We had the interest of $66.85 and brought stand of $280.75 for a balance of $12,955.70. Are there any questions? If
Sure,
not,
this is the time to bring it up. There was an expense for the tour, which we again had pre-approved a marketing budget. And it was paid by Germania Tours. Joe Meyer paid it. Is that something that I would recommend him to take directly to Lisa? That does
Yes.
not need to come through for our approval if we've already approved that amount, is that
right.
correct?
I think he should be able to submit that to Lisa, and Lisa will issue a check for it, okay? Because that's not in here, right? That's not part of the, where was it? The $50 for the flyers or anything like that, okay.
Advertisement, newspaper,
Okay.
journal advertisement.
All right, yeah. I would recommend that he takes that to Lisa. Then she'll put it on the agenda next month for approval for payment, and we'll get him reimbursed. Any other questions? If not, can I have a motion?
I'll offer a motion to approve the financial report. As presented.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, done with that. So, when it comes to the cultural exchange program, the press release has been submitted on November 14th and then also the brochures and on the outbound intern application were mailed to the schools, the colleges on November 14th, and I don't know that she's received anything, or we would have heard some feedback on the receipt of those applications and stuff. So when we look at old business, she did some research for us. She updated on the instructor availability for teaching. The last day of camp was held in 2012. So that's 10 years ago, okay? And at that time, they paid the instructor $500 plus supplies. So that gives you an idea of what it was 10 years ago. So the committee will have a guideline to go with. And then they had a helper or assistant, and that was paid $125. So that was the expense 10 years ago, but you got to remember that's 10 years ago. So it'll give you a baseline as to where to start in future discussion. Then under New Ulm travel to the travel to Ulm, Germany with Joe Meyer. There was some discuss about advertising option for the Ulm tour. Has there any more discussion been taking place about how?
And journal ads have already been submitted. We're gonna look to.
Dick said you were gonna look at something.
Yep, KNUJ, if you can stick around a little bit after, Brian and Larry, we'll try and get a plan together for that. Otherwise, I think we've only spent about 230 of the allotted 1,500, so we've got some room for additional marketing as needed.
Okay. And then the first mayor, Bendel, will meet up with the group in Ulm, Germany on May 24th and 25th for a welcome at the town hall. So that's been confirmed through Lisa. Any questions about further on that? I know I talked to Joel and he said that it looked like you were at 18, pretty close. He's got deposits, so you're close to your numbers. So
If
hopefully.
Kathleen Backer chooses not to go, and I don't know that she's even been approached by it, I'll take that, I'll do that.
Okay.
We are going to go. Would I have a role? Not asking for one, but would I default as the past?
I'm not sure. I would ask Kathleen if she's not going to go, if she's okay with that you stand in as her, as the current
Larry, are you going?
place.
It's not gonna work out for me to go, John, at that time. But I think it would be appropriate that if we have a representative, that maybe even as a commission, we might think of a gift or something to bring to Ulm in regards, something to share.
Yeah.
And that may be something you and Kathleen can work out depending if she's going or not.
In the next 27 days.
Yes.
And then if you could bring that back, bring it back to the commission as to the status, because she will be attending in January, I assume. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe you want to be on the commission next year.
I'm looking to get away from meetings for a little while.
I can't see why. Okay. Steve, where are we on the recognition award? And Keith?
I have to be honest, I didn't do anything with it.
I did not either. I apologize. I was supposed to get on that.
Yeah. Because typically that's held in January, but there's nothing written in stone that it has to be January. And because it's December, you wouldn't get it probably done and
I would say
coordinated.
we're looking at pushing it back probably at least a month.
Yeah, till February or so.
I
The-
do believe we did discuss last time the option of electing an individual like a host from Ulm. Is that correct? Does that sound like that rings a bell?
That rings a bell from conversation talking with Carolyn, but
Yeah.
I think Carolyn was the one who had suggested that, so maybe Keith and I can reach out to Carolyn and see if she has that name and if it's an individual we should contact. I don't know what the commission feels about the representative not being from New Ulm, but rather from Germany, if it's just someone who's in support of this program, or if it needs to be a local individual.
They've hosted quite a few over there of our, right, Larry?
that family has hosted a couple, and then they've also helped with numerous other people that have gone abroad before with travel and things of that nature. I'm familiar.
I assume there's a list somewhere of past recipients.
There is a
There
list.
was,
There's-
and it was in the minutes last month,
month.
I believe. So if you look at last month, there's a list, okay? I don't know, should I discuss it with Lisa, or should we just decide as a commission what we want to do? I mean, I don't know that there's anything incorrect by giving it to somebody who has supported our cause that's overseas. I mean, they take our interns in and they help them when they're there and they support us. But that's a personal feeling.
There's a note here that says reception held in January. Obviously, they would not be able to, if our intent is to have them come to New Ulm and to celebrate with them. I think Carolyn had indicated they may, make a trip to the US in the summer or something perhaps, but I'm doubtful that they would be coming in January.
I do know that couple was here twice this past year for different activities within the community and to visit friends and
Do you
family.
recall the name? Do you recall the name?
Holger Tietz and Uli.
Uh,
I can get that for you.
I just think it's a nice gesture.
It is.
When you look at the list of supportees that we've had, I mean, it's getting down to, some of them have had it more than once within the community. And they do other things here. So as outgoing, I feel it's okay. I just need input from the rest.
I would support it, but maybe we have to run it by Lisa to
Yeah.
confirm that we're not out of line.
I will do that. I will,
Ma-
and then it'll be on the agenda for next month, and I'll let you know, Keith.
Or yeah, if you could just
Maybe-
email Keith and I and say, yes, that's a go, and then we
Yeah.
can just have it as a proposal
Yeah.
for next meeting. If not, we'll have to come up with another name before January.
Okay.
Maybe to have a plan B.
Right.
Have the Concord Singers won it before?
I don't have my.
Without having that list.
Yeah. But they sure took to Felix
Okay, that's good to know.
with him.
All right.
think they have. I don't think they have.
I don't think they have.
I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
think
think
so
so.
either, but
Not positive, but
That's another possibility. So that gives you two options. And I will follow up with Lisa about the one out of the country, and then we'll go from there.
Have Lisa get a hold of us.
Yes.
And we'll
Yep.
get together and try to, for the next meeting.
Okay. All right. All right. Then there was a possibility of hosting 2 of the exchange interns in 2023. And Lisa did do some checking for us. Jasmine Hine, and I remember reading her bio. She is a technical draftswoman. She was supposed to come in 2020. However, it was postponed due to the pandemic. She would be willing to stay from April till June. And the second intern that is to be determined would be from August until,
November.
about November. So they would be at different times.
One
And-
would be here over Oktoberfest, at least that way, it was
Yeah.
beneficial.
And as a host, I would be willing to host Jasmine for, if we can't find two for the whole time. If we're going to do two. I've already talked with my husband, we would be willing to do that. So,
And we could maybe confirm, I mean, I think Carolyn had spoken to Design Home for
yes,
their drafting department for Jasmine for 2020 there, that she could help them, at that time, but
we can follow
maybe
up
we
on
could
that
follow up
again.
with that, if it's a potential,
So,
option.
so as a commission, we have to make a decision. Is that what we want to do? Host two? And what is the likelihood that we will have two to send over and, as well? And we'll be able to stagger two?
Well, do they really have to have two? Or
No, we really don't have to have
We only
two.
have one person that's interested, you know,
Okay. I,
I just would not tell one of the two, no, we can't, because we only got one to go.
yeah,
Especially they were asking us to
Yeah.
host two
It'd be nice
early
to-
on, but we
Yeah.
haven't, we haven't heard from, if we've got any candidates yet, so.
yeah. The only one I know is the one individual that, and I can't remember the name, that brought his stuff all in earlier this year.
I remember that when he came one day to the
Yes,
meeting here.
before the
early on.
meeting and gave it. And I gave it to Lisa. She does have that one. Excuse me, but I don't know if anybody else has followed up from the applications that were sent out at this time.
You have one applicant for, you do, okay.
Yeah, one, a gentleman. Okay, that's
From New
interesting.
Ulm or?
I don't believe he's from New Ulm.
He was working here in New
Yeah.
Ulm, I believe. I think he was working as a part-timer for the street department, and he heard about the program, and he brought a resume here before the meeting, and then said we can't submit it here. We have to,
Okay.
it has to be submitted to Lisa. It leaves the information there.
So,
Is he still working here or?
I don't know that.
Yeah,
That'd
that
be a
we don't
Lisa
know.
question.
so I don't even know. So I will follow up with Lisa as well on that and see where we are as far as applicants, and have her put it on the agenda for January. And then a decision can be made what you want to do. And I'll also ask if we have to send two. Is that okay with everyone?
The note, the bullet.
Well, I think it's kind of our choice if we
Yeah.
want to send to, isn't it?
Yeah,
And-
I think it is. It's
yeah.
our choice. And I would think that, fund-wise, we could, because we have plenty. It's bottom line is if we have two candidates,
I agree.
So,
I don't know if there'd be a chance we could get another candidate from the college that is fluent in German.
It's
That
probably
might-
likely that we probably could get one more candidate from the college. We promote it more. And the bullet point here for the December 9 deadline, that's for us advising them that,
yes.
yes, we will host. I know one question last time was the car, the vehicle.
Well, and now we have them staggered, so
Might not be an issue.
I don't know. And to be honest, I was going to go to Jensen's and talk to him today, but I didn't feel quite like going, so I didn't follow up on that. But let me, I'll get with Jensen Motors and see if it's doable, and then we'll also know that, and then I can let Lisa know.
Do we need a motion to move forward with hosting 2 interns?
Yeah, we would need a motion.
I would move that we notify Ulm that we will host 2 interns according to the staggered schedule that they provided.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
I
Opposed? Okay. The other thing we can do is look at Wheelburg and see if they would be
Chuck
interested.
Spade. I know I was gonna look
Or
into them
Chuck
last
Spade.
time and I think one dropped out or whatever. We only needed the one.
Yeah.
But I would think one of those would too. I don't think that'd be a big issue.
When we just have to approach it.
Yep.
Okay. Brian, would you be willing to see if they would be interested?
Yes.
And bring that back forward? And then I will talk to Jensen's as well, okay, and we'll have that
Do
information.
we need a, motion or anything, just say that we'd go up to 2 interns? That we would be willing to sponsor up to 2? Or do we
Outbound.
just leave it open? I don't know, I'm just asking.
I don't think we have to make that decision.
I don't
No.
think we need to.
No,
Till we
No.
have candidates.
We gotta have
Until-
candidates and then
yeah.
we gotta
See the
go from there, yeah.
yeah,
Situation.
yeah. And then we would approach it with a, okay?
Ask the car dealers on the air.
Put 'em on the spot.
Oh, that's a good one, Terry.
I do have all of them on.
You do.
I love that.
I, quite honestly, I don't think any of them would turn us down.
I don't think so either.
They're all pretty community oriented.
Yeah,
I don't think that'd be an issue. I'd be surprised.
okay. But we still need to ask and.
Well, no, I
and-
will.
And know, you know, so we know where it's coming from. So,
I'll just mention Larry doesn't get to drive the car, so we'll be fine.
okay,
So-
okay. Let's move on to new business. We need a motion, a second, to approve the reimbursement to Terry Sweeney for postage paid to send personal items to Felix in Germany for the total of $117.35.
I already got paid.
I thought we
Okay.
approved that last.
Well, it's-
Well, I'll offer a motion to approve the payment
If needed.
If it wasn't already paid.
if it was not paid to Terry Sweeney in the amount of $117.35.
So if you get another check, you bring that one back, okay?
Oh, yes. Party check.
Second.
all right, thank you. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And then a motion and second to approve the payment to the New Ulm Chamber dollars, for the payment of the chamber dollars to the host families, and I believe those have been sent out already. So we just need a motion and a second on that as well.
I move we pay them, or send them out to $25 chamber dollars.
Okay.
Second.
Any
Is
discussion?
is that something we should give them a little more, or?
You know, I do. I think we could,
I was kinda wondering.
I saw that and I
saw it
thought-
on here, I was
Yeah,
wondering if
it's-
you already did it.
Multiple.
Yeah, it's probably good you already did this, huh?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Authorize an additional 25. But if
Yeah.
we've already sent it, it's a little,
well, how about we bring it back in January for discussion to
at least up that amount for the future.
up that amount
Yeah,
for
I
the
think it's a good
future,
idea.
yeah, yeah.
just so it's adequate.
I do agree. I think it could be brought up. I mean, there's a lot of incidentals that those host families do, you know, and
Gas alone,
the gas alone. I mean, it would be,
doesn't take much for 20.
no. And I'm sure that it's been $25 for a long time. So, yeah,
It's worth reviewing.
okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? If not, okay. Thank you letters have been sent and mailed to 3M, Jensen Motors, and the host families for their work last year. And then there's a reminder that committee preferences will be selected in January of 2023. So you need to think about what you want to do next year with the commission. And since this is my last meeting, thank you, everybody, for putting up with me. And I'm moving to the other side. I will be on the Friends of Sister Cities. So the next meeting will be held Monday, January 9th. It's a little later due to the holidays. And there is, right now, it's to be determined because of the recognition award reception. And we'll be moving that probably out after talking to Lisa about host, what we're going to do. So I'll make sure that it's on the agenda for next month to set a date and move forward. Okay? If there's no other new business, I am looking for a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.